wild ones. It is Bernadette. I am here on this gorgeous Monday, October the 5th for your Pick a Card Tarot reading. And guess what? Bam! Mr. Eel has shown up. So you know what's got to happen, right? Okay, everybody sing it with me. It's Monday. I know you're just getting in the groove of things. So wherever you're at, even if you got a toothbrush in your mouth, you got to stop and you got to sing what? We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Good God, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Yes, you gotta start your week off like that. Yes, you do, because Mr. Eel has slithered in to say, listen, yeah, it's Monday. Okay, yeah, I know not all eels are electric eels, but really they're the only ones you can sing about, honestly, and that's what makes them so fun. Plus, look at that face. Who doesn't do an eel impression with me this morning, you guys? Yes, you look like Eel. You know you do. You got to have that dopey smile they always have. I don't think they think they're smiling, but we do. Because why? Because we love to assign human emotions to animals. It's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to argue about, too, when people say animals don't have emotions. But anyway, let's get back to your Monday and why Eel has slithered in. Okay, so it's interesting because Mondays are the root chakra day, right? So you're kind of like, then why is the water element all up in my Monday? Well, because the water element is all about the feels, and Mondays are ruled by the moon, and that's all about emotions. And moons control the tides. They're very heavily tied into the water element. And then you've got the snake energy. Now, I find a lot that people want to lump eel energy in with snake energy. And I can see that, and there are certain elements, all of that's true. It's about sexuality and the kundalini and, all of those kind of things. But when you talk about a creature who lives underwater pretty much their whole life, and they also are very known for burrowing into the mud, that just so crazily ties the earth element with the water element that when you feel those emotions, especially on a Monday, especially a day that's governed by the moon, and people's emotions are like this up and down anyway on Mondays, it can be a real call that you might be stuck in the mud. You might be really rooted in some kind of emotion or idea of what's going on, or idea, a fear of what's going to happen because of what's going on or whatever. Don't do that. Come up from out of that mud. Swim through your water. Get yourself clean. Shake it off. Today is just a really good day to examine. Is this how I truly feel? Is this how I'm still going to feel tomorrow? Is it still what I'm going to think the next day, the next day, the next day? And then make your decisions from that, right? Okay. So also, when we see eels, that is also very different than snakes, because snakes, they don't have eyesight great. They kind of navigate their way by feeling the vibrations of the earth. Whereas eels in the water, they have worse eyesight than regular snakes. Poor people, poor, no-legged peoples. And so they emit an electrical signal like a radar, and it pings off of things, and that's how they find their way around. So that's going to be something definitely to take a look at today, because this day rides so high with emotion. We're already being in the water element. We already know that eels are connected with snake energy, which can also mean transformation, epic transformation. And we already know that you might be stuck in the mud, feeling things that may not suit your best purpose. They may not be warranted. So if you can find your way clear to come up from out of that mud and just sit for a minute and just in a place of non-judgment, allow the moon energy to come in, allow eel medicine to come in, allow eel, energy to come in and show you where to ping your spidey senses, so you know what you really should be going toward, and you know what you really should be going away from. And you'll be able to feel that more sensitively today than probably any other day this week, just because all of the energies are tying together. Now, just from a numerology standpoint, yes, I know that if we were going to go deep into numerology, we would, take the month and add that to the day and add it to the year and reduce it to one number. I get all that, but I don't have that many fingers to count like that. But anytime that I do a reading for someone, like I'm doing a reading for all you, wonderful wild ones out there today, I always go with what Spirit tells me. And Spirit keeps telling me to point out that today is a 5, a 5, a 5, October 5th. And that's going to bring in earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You've got that 5-pointed star. So it's really a call today for you to take into consideration the whole circle of everything that's going on and consider every point, even if it's a point you don't want to consider, because maybe it means that you were wrong about something, or you overreacted about something, or you walked away from something you didn't really want to walk away from. Is there a fear driving that? Is there, but maybe you walked towards something you didn't really want to walk toward, but you were afraid to say no, or I don't know how it will shake out for you today, but there definitely is a call for that. And it is going to require you to find a space and a place where you can just sit quietly, just for a hot minute, and really let that psychic part of yourself open up and be willing to see whatever comes through. Now, I see snakes a lot when people have, in particular, fear and anger lodged at the base of their spine. Man, and they'll even get dragons, right? It'll even show up as a dragon sometime, because all that serpent energy is kind of all tied together at different levels in different ways. So if there is something that you've been harboring and you feel very pressurized, I mean, think about it. Eels are at the way, under the sea, take it from me. They're way down there because they can handle the pressure, but the human body can't handle that pressure. So when we start to build up that kind of emotion, that kind of whatever we're manifesting, making up in our mind, our actions and reactions, it can lodge at the base of our spine. And it's really calling on you today to maybe give yourself that jolt of electricity, get yourself moving again, get those things unstuck from out of the bottom of your chakra, your root chakra, especially because today is root chakra day. And even though, I know I'm crazy, y'all. I pull a card. I'm like, well, I can't be wearing this. Let me go change. So I pull cards and then I go change, right? So I can wear the energy of that card. And I'm just all housed in my purple today because, again, I just think, okay, we're in October. We're headed towards the time of the year when the veil is the thinnest on October 31st. It's a very psychic month. We get into the middle of the month. It's ruled by Scorpio, a very psychic sign. Now we're doing this on the number 5. We're doing this in the moon energy. And now we've got a version of a snake that's got all of that. So while eel may not be, oh, that's my dog Hops. While eel may not be one of the sexy spirit animals, listen, nobody wakes up in the morning and dreams of getting an eel. They dream of a tiger, a lion, a bear, an eagle, a hawk. Nobody dreams of getting an eel, and yet it is an extremely powerful omen for today. So when you're considering, is eel today, and let me just say that eel is in the bonus oracle pack in the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is my award-winning deck. That is based on the Rider-Waite tarot card system. So it has 78 regular tarot cards, and then it has 22 bonus cards. Well, one of the reasons that eel wanted to be in that bonus deck was if you're doing a reading and you're like, I need a tiebreaker, or maybe I'll get a little more clarity. It is such an ancient wisdom to bring in. And now we've got the wisdom of Mama Ocean that it's been living in forever. It's such a call for you to know that your ancestors are always around you, are always accessible to you to give you the energy and the knowledge and the vision and the wisdom that you need, as long as you're willing to accept it. And oftentimes what I'm finding these days is that many of the old adages, maybe like that my generation or generations before, some of our belief systems about how things how kind of how you do things to set things up to last forever or to be solid, to be stable. That's not so much followed today. And there's a lot of disposability in society. And today is really asking you, it's kind of twofold. Don't get stuck in the mud, but don't be afraid to make a commitment. Don't be afraid to decide what you really want to do, hunker down and root into and let grow over time. When you talk about transformation, people use that word a lot, shape shifting, transmutation. They use that word a lot in the metaphysical industry. But unless you've really had to, pardon me one second, Hops, come on, honey. Unless you've had to rebuild your life, rebuild your health, start over from ground zero, having children, that's a whole transformation thing all in of itself. It can be really difficult to wrap your head around what it really takes to glide through, successfully swim through a real transformation. So don't be afraid of it. You might be being called to just go ahead, plant yourself where you are, and let that transformation begin and just ride it out. Snakes also, an eel is no exception. They have to do with your health. And, the two intertwined snakes on the medical symbol, the caduceus. So if you're looking at this today, you're watching this today, eel might be showing up as your spirit animal to have you take a good look at your health, mentally, physically, emotion, what's going on there, and are you in the healthiest space? And if you're not, what steps do you need to take? What do you need to see and move towards that? If eel is your totem animal, you're very comfortable with masculine energies, you're very comfortable with sexuality, you might be a counselor, you might be a really good helpmate for people that are questioning their own sexuality or afraid to, try new things or tell their partners what they like or they don't like, anything having to do with that. And that's great because there's such a culture of shame and a culture of secrecy around that whole thing. Oh my God, if people would just get over it, it would solve half the problems in the world, right? All right. Now, if you want to invoke eel as your power animal, and you want to align that part of you, which is eel, that part of you that's spirit, there's something about you that is really yearning to be set free. There's something that you're rooted in, that you feel trapped in, that you feel mired to or anchored to. You don't have to be that. You can escape that anytime you want, and eel can help you do that. And it really may be, yes, we were singing cheesy Rock Down to Electric Avenue at the beginning because it's fun, and who doesn't love to sing that? My God, karaoke and a margarita, I'm there, right? Okay. So that said, remember, electricity is a very real thing. And it is the thing that can bring people back from the dead, clear. And the next thing you know, it's jump-started your heart. And that's really, when we're stuck, we're not ever stuck anyplace other than in our heart. What paddles do you need today? What kind of resuscitation do you need today to jumpstart your heart? I won't sing that song for you guys. It's a great song though. So again, take eel seriously today, even if you want to do that cheesy. I know I look just like him, right? Even if you want to do that, there's some serious undercurrents going on today that don't have to be negative serious. They just need some real paying attention to. So I hope that's helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you always get the latest and greatest daily readings and all the other good spiritual stuff we put here. But all of that said, other than, ladies and gentlemen, pick up your own Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. I got to say that. My wish for you today is that you stay wild today and every day. You're a powerful being, and the animals are working hard every day to make sure that you see your own power and you step into it. And even if you have to get up in the morning and hashtag everything, stay wild. Even if you have to get up every morning or every evening before you go to bed, you've got to say it like a battle cry, stay wild. It's important that you do that. Take care, everybody.